Hello everybody, Obscure Titan here, and I want to give you a not so much of an animation update, but more of a modeling progress. You could say it's an animation update, but it's more than not a modeling update of Akuma. That's going to be the upcoming film that is projected for late May of this year. Anything could change, so I'm just giving you all a heads up. If anything changes, I'll update you if it's going to release earlier than what I was planning to. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get things started. So this is one of the scenes that's going to be showing at the beginning of Akuma, where Shantae and Rokuro are going to go into this room. And this is the throne room, or the private room, of Sultan Streak. So Streak is the OC that was submitted by Wacky Zebra, and there he is in his Sultan form. There is going to be a soldier form for him in his own film that's called Vietnam War Hero. He's going to have his own storyline, and more updates on that will be coming later, probably by the end of this year, maybe right at the beginning of 2026. So it's going to take some time to get there. And there's also Vera, one of the half genies from Shantae and the Seven Sirens, and there's her leaf scimitars. It has a slight design change from her original 2020 video game. There's also Magilu with a different design here, as well as with sorry, the voice crack just goes on. But anyway, and then there's Lord Genie Julius from Julius with his energy scimitar. So this has a bit of a blue aesthetic going on, and in the realm that's called the Trigen domain, which is the genie realm, there's 3 domains. So one of them is the sunlight rim, or sunlight ring, or sunlight rim, we could say, is the sunshine area of the genie realm. And then there's the celestial rim, or the moonlight rim, which is where it's still a night day, similar to Starlight Gate, but it's consisting of moons or crescent moons. But with Starlight Gate, it consists of stars, and it's mostly blue with maybe a little bit of yellow here and there, but it's mostly blue. But yeah, most of it is blue in the Starlight Gate, and there's also some gold around here. This is where Shantae and Rokuro meet Streak and the other members of his royal party, and they discuss the details about going into Yalhelrix to find the Godzilla egg, and then for Shantae to reclaim her mother that was trapped in hell. So Yalhelrix is the equivalent in Megatronic's legacy to hell. So, and there's also the Mandela flag or carpet that is put up on the wall. So you've got a little bit of a blue aesthetic going on. You've also got the doors that open, which you won't even see the outside beyond the doors. There's also the entire area itself. There's the room. You're not going to see everything that's going on here, but you can tell that there are these star pillars that came from the genie chamber from the epilogue of, or one of the epilogues of Nibiru Crisis 1. And so this is going to be one of the beginning scenes. So we're going to go ahead and just leave it there for now. I'm going to go ahead and grab another scene. So let me see if I can find one. I'm not going to try to show everything within the film, but I want to try to show what I have so far. So maybe if I want to show, maybe I'll show entrance. And this is one of the later beginning scenes, not later scenes, but one of the other beginning scenes that's going to happen and showcased in the film Akuma. This is where Shantae and Rokuro make their entrance into Yalhelrix, where after they fall through the gates of hell and then they enter what is essentially Acheron. So I am kind of working on some kind of design ideas. So what I have right now are these souls that are these little sparks that are these spherical looking or oval looking sparks that the souls are in, and they're going to be destined into their rings of hell. So there's a little bit of a skeletal look, but also has a mechanical texture, aesthetic going on in Hell. You have these spikes over here, and one of the cool tricks that I did in the scene is that I added in some fog to the water in Acheron. And the boat right here is what is Charon or Charon, but the Decepticon is Cyclonus. So it's kind of a mix of an Armada and G1 Cyclonus, but he is pretty much the ferryman of Acheron. So there's going to be a lot of Decepticons showing up in Akuma, where a lot of these fallen Cybertronians were damned to Yal Helrix for betraying or going up against Cybertron. So yeah, a lot of them are pretty much damned. And so some of the visual effects that I've added into the scene to give it a little bit more of a spooky effect, because this is Hell after all. Okay, there's some mist going on here and there. I have another scene with this, but without the introduction section here, but then with what appears to be the Castle of Limbo, in which where Shantae and Rokuro go to, and then Sector and his robots follow. Excuse me. But yeah, has a giant boat right here. So it is a very big boat. Oops, not that. But selecting the bone will allow me to select the entire boat and his head included. So there's that, and I think I could show one more scene, and this is actually one of the beginning scenes, the Taiwan beach. So I want to talk about this one for a little bit. So this is where we get an introduction of Shantae, where she steps out of her hut, and then she goes through a peaceful walk, but also notices that there's some kind of light going inside the cave. And as you go through, or as she goes through it, as well as with Rokuro following her, we get to see her make her way inside the cave. And as she enters, there is an energon lake, or kind of like a light lake inside the cave, where there is a mystical sword that is plunged into it. And so as Shantae pulls it, it turns out that this is Hanzo Hisashi that's been trapped in this cave for however long it's been. Probably about 2 decades, we could even say, but we'll find out in the storyline. And then she pulls him out, and then that's where the story of Akuma begins. And then we just go from there to the genie chamber. But yeah, this is pretty much what we got here with Akuma. So I will release another update at some point between the end of February to early March, just to explain what's been going on, any progress that's been done. So thank you all for tuning in to this update, and I appreciate all the support that y'all given. Some of the content that I put out recently, I think y'all enjoyed it, so I'm gonna continue to try to get some smaller stuff out of there, just so that it keeps the channel going while I'm getting the bigger, more ambitious stuff working. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great time. Have a great time. Take care, and over and out.